Oh, tiny little ad break. so weird, but I know that's like not like super accurate representation, but darn close. That is an angle. Such a hard angle. Yeah, internet. Are you having storms or anything where you are? Oh, a bit of a storm. Yes, Babel. Yes. Mm-hmm. What is it? Yeah. He does. I love Babel. Mostly complaining that his person isn't home. I know. I know. I know. I'm sorry. I'm so bad. I can't make you come home anytime sooner. Be back on Thursday if the doctor says everything's okay. But Auntie Evie, yes. Well, Babel actually this is Babel, and he's our roommate's cat. He's Anthony's cat. So his favorite person is his dad. And his dad's not here. Dad drove Evie to New Jersey. He does also prefer, one on the. You prefer if he besides Evie spoils you a bit more. Yeah. Yeah, she does. Yeah, he does want Evie, but he also wants Anthony. You want your dad. That's what you want. She is. It's funny, every time we go to the zoo and we go to the big cats, like, not just the tigers, but, well, less the tigers because they can't really get to us very easily. Um, more the, brain, like the mountain lions and the smaller of the big cats, right? The smaller big cats. Every time we go up to their enclosure, like the lynx and the leopards and things, every time we go up to them at the zoo, they could be lounging in a rock, but if they see Evie and they notice her, it's like, oh, it's you! We like you! And they run straight up to her. And they want to play with her through the glass. And that's not like I'm going to attack you, but it's like, they're clearly like, they'll pop up from behind a rock and duck down, and then, and then she'll usually play back with them, and they're like, yay! And when they're done playing, they'll come right up to the glass and they'll flop and they'll roll around, and it's like, oh my god. I did. Once we were there and it was a rainy day, so there were like 8 people. It was like a Thursday, and it was rainy and like the fall, so it was cold. But the animals were out. Oh, especially the snow leopard. The snow leopard was loving that weather. Came right up to the glass, and normally he's very shy. He's a shy baby, but came right up. This weather's perfect for him, and he's like I like you, and just like rubbed his head against the glass. And the zookeepers came up and were like, the zookeepers standing there like, what? Just staring. And then later on, saw Evie playing with the big cats and was like, hey, the same zookeeper I saw walked up and said, so, she's one of those people, isn't she? Like, yeah, she is. And then we danced with the elephants. That was cool. Because we wandered over to see elephants, and they were really close. Because there's water. There's like this little fence, and then there's water between, and then there's the elephants. So they're actually not that physically far away. They'll splash people all the time. They like messing with you. But we were the only ones there, so we walked up to the elephants, and the elephant saw Kiddo, and like, shook its head and like waved its trunk around. And so Kiddo looks at it, and like Kiddo was like tiny. Kiddo, they look over the little fence. They can barely see over. They're so short. And they went like this, and they put their hands out in front of them and swung them back and forth like an elephant trunk, just playing. Like, one arm. They're like, yes, like a trunk. And the elephant's like ears went up like, oh, wait. And they did it again, and so Kiddo starts doing it again. And it's like, yay! So elephants start doing that, and like, I guess, I was like, Edie, and she's like, oh, on it. So we're all doing this. We're all like imitating the elephant. And the elephant is very happy that we're playing this game with it. And all the other elephants came out of the barn into the rain, even though it's kind of wet and cold outside. And we're all standing there, like, in a line. We're all just like, yay. Dancing around the elephants. Some of them actually started, like, stomp a little bit. And it's like, yay, it's cute. It's fun. And then the rain got a little heavier, and they were like, oh my goodness. We're like, oh, back under. Because you had to step back, and they had a little roof, like back under the roof, and they're like, oh yeah, let's go inside. So we ran into the barn. The elephants all went into the barn too. And as we were going to the barn, I see the keeper of the elephants standing there with like a broom. Like, he's there with a broom. He's like, so we are now known at the zoo as those people. We're that family. We're the one that comes in and all the animals want to say hi to us. They come to the glass like we're the exhibit. Ah, nice. I love when characters in general do that. That's always good when characters do that. I love when characters when they do the thing. It reminds me of a cat. I love that. You have to draw more of that. That's cool. It's so cool. It's like, what's a cool pose? What's a cool thing for a character to do that isn't like pointing a gun at you or something like that? That's cool. There you go. Oh my god, 1,500 pages. No, I hear you. It is slow. But it's so. Don't try. I forget. Do you ever watch anime? Have you seen Buddy Daddies? Wasn't that one of the best? Freaking love that one. I love Ray. We were watching it, like, even the kid were like, "That's you." I'm looking at Kazuki, and I'm like, "Yeah, well, love, that's you." And she's like, "That's true. That is me." Yes. The bubbly one and the grumpy one. There's a I, the episode where they're like, oh, Miri got into a fight, and where Kazuki's like, you got in a fight, and Ray's like, did you win? And Ray's like, doesn't even look up, like, did you win? And an almost identical thing happened with Kiddo at um Montessori. There was a kid who was being a jerk, and he was going to run through some other kid's sandcastle, and so they grabbed him to make it like, there's a kid, he's a jerk. There's always like one jerky kid at least. He was mean and jerk. He was going to run through the sandcastle. The other kid had one of the kid's friends had built, and well, and their friend was actually going to just. I'm like, well, don't you have to get? I mean, that wasn't cool of him, obviously. But and like kiddo was like, yeah, but they were gonna go. She was gonna get a shovel so she could flatten it for fun, because it's fun, build sandcastles and go smoosh. She was gonna smoosh it, and um, he was going to smoosh it first. He wanted to smoosh it, and that he wanted the chance to destroy the sandcastle. So he was going to run up and like kick it, and Kiddo just grabbed him so he couldn't, and he fell down. And luckily, there were enough other kids watching, and the kid is known to be a jerk. And the teacher's like, "Well, hey, why did they grab you?" And the teacher like did see what happened. And it's like, why did they grab you? And he's like, stop me from doing the thing. So we were told about it, and we were told there was an altercation. It still needed written up because they did still put their hands on it. So there's a little bit of an incident. They grabbed another kid and he fell on the ground, and all I heard Evie say was like, wait, like was there did you like was like did you get in a fight? In a fight? A kiddo, and I'm like tap I'm playing I was playing a game on my phone, like playing Love Nikki on my phone, and did you win? Like, did you win? And the kid was like, it's like, it wasn't a fight, but I would have won. Like, good. It's like, rabbit, not the lesson. What? Don't get in a fight, win. That's the rule. Yeah, Evie and I set very different ground rules. For school, one of the ones I said was like, no fighting unless you have to, and if you do, you're going. And if you do, make sure you win. Like, you're gonna get in trouble anyway, you might as well win. Yes. Important question. Did you win? It's good to know if the kid won. Or Sir Evie, like, yeah, did not disagree with me teaching Kiddo how to throw a punch, but at the same time was like, I don't know if this is exactly the thing we should be teaching them. I'm like, what? My dad is like, I knew how to throw a punch at that age. It's like, I knew how to throw a punch at that age. I mean, I was tiny, so there's not much behind it, but I knew how to throw one right without breaking my thumb or something like that. You know, without hurting me. I learned how to throw a punch when I was their age. Of course, Evie's like, yes, your dad taught you how to throw a punch at that age, but your dad's incredibly toxic and awful. I'm like, well, that's true. Yeah, depends on the kid. Yeah. Luckily, Kiddo is not. Kiddo would rather not. Kiddo would rather talk their way out of things. They're actually very good at, I've seen them talk people into circles, so they got that from Evie. They're also really fast. Oh, yeah, brought another one. Yeah, Evie bestowed upon Kiddo the gift of talking people in circles, and also the gift of speed. So yeah, Kiddo's more likely to run. Kiddo is far more likely to cast the real life D&D equivalent of vicious mockery and then bolt. As horrible as my dad was, I'm glad he taught me because, I mean, he had to deal with racist bullshit in his school. And he knew I'd have to too, so. And he wasn't wrong.